Mic check 1 2. Test test test. I've tested 3 times and I think that this is probably perfect right here. But I'm cooking chicken, so I'm pausing and I'm gonna come back and then I'll do the stupid podcast. And we're back. Welcome to the Bartenders Anonymous podcast. That's my radio show voice. I hate it. Let's see. This is episode 21 technically, because we did the Who Farted crossover, which was basically episode 20. So this will be episode 21. All right. Weird, kind of, in a way, that I'm still doing this. It feels kind of retarded sometimes, I'm not going to lie. When a week goes by, and I'm like, oh yeah, that podcast thing that I do. I got to do that. And, yeah, so here we are. A week has gone by, and I'm still alive, and I've committed to this, and so I'm on here, and we're going to get it out, get it going. It's fucking November already. It's basically 2024, which is insane. I feel like this year has flown by, and granted, a lot of changes in my life. So, obviously, in retrospect, everything always seems like it flew by, but there were definitely times where it seemed like it was crawling. But here we are, November 2023, and yeah, I took my last UA on last Thursday, and I'm waiting for the call for them to tell me, you don't have to come do this shit anymore. Go get hammered with your friends. They're not going to say that, but that's basically what it'll be code for. And not drinking for like over 3 months. I don't have the tolerance that I used to, so I've been craving some nice cold Miller Lights. I think I'm going to be a Miller Lite guy until I get a case of Miller Lite and maybe hate it. But we'll see. We'll see. But first, waiting for the phone call. Maybe I'll get it while I'm doing this podcast. That would be epic. Probably won't happen, but you never know. Still just crushing soda water. Got a fresh case of Liquid Death. I'm going to crack my second one of the day here in a minute. Yeah, I went out and played some pool last night. Drank more soda water, tonic water. Me and my buddy Nick tied 2-2. We were over it. This is when you don't have the crutch of getting hammered with playing pool. It kind of loses its novelty. So, but it was good because I'd been itching to play some pool, so played some pool. And, yeah. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with my life. I'm about to have lots of free time, so I'm going to have to either work more or get some more hobbies, because idle hands. You ever see that movie? That's a pretty good movie. Jessica Alba, you know. Idle hands are the devil's playground, they say. So, but that's, one of the reasons I do this shit. So it just gives me something to focus on. And I feel I am a different person than I was 3 months ago or even 4 or 5 months ago. So hopefully I don't go back to my destructive ways with all that I've learned from class and all those thought patterns they teach you about and how to stay busy and not be just thinking about alcohol and drugs all the time. So, which is one of the funnier things I got out of that class is they go, what are they, self-talk? They teach you to kind of analyze your self-talk. And, we all have just like stupid, fucked up thoughts, and they pass, and you go, yeah, fucking, my brain is broken. We're all broken. But having them say that it's like a real thing to go, okay, now you had that thought. Now, why do you think you had that thought? And it sounds kind of gay, but it's actually pretty helpful. Example, today I went for a walk, went to the bank and such, and I'd had half a cup of coffee, hadn't had any nicotine yet, and I was walking home, and I see this kind of dorky big guy with headphones on, glasses, crossing the road, and right off the trigger, my brain just goes, look at this fat bitch. And I was like, what the fuck? And I had the thought, and then I went, now, oh, fuck, said my name. Now I gotta cut that out. I go, now why do you think you had that thought? And then I analyzed it, and I go, well, buddy, you haven't eaten, and you haven't had any nicotine today. Maybe you're in a bit of a negative Nancy mood. So, analyzed it, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Yeah, whatever. Funny, 21 episodes in, and I still got to go back and cut my name out once in a while. Oh, I don't even know who fucking listens to this. There's a couple of you. Some of you are anonymous as well. I was like, ooh, who's the subscribers? And I can only see 3 of them. And I was like, touche, motherfuckers, because this is the anonymous podcast. The Bartenders Anonymous podcast, and you motherfuckers are anonymous as well. I respect that. I respect that a lot. Yeah, so being done with class, learned what I learned, and I just want to just drink a fucking case of beer and wake up hungover and go, all right, there you go. Now what? And then you got to go back to the drawing board. So, you know, there's a process that we're going to have to go through. And I'm figuring it out as I go. Yeah, on that same note of the thoughts, I had some, I was feeding my cats in the front. Gross. Acidy burp. I was feeding my cats the other day, and then I see some Jehovah's at the neighbor's house, and they're knocking, and the neighbors are like, nope, and they didn't answer. And I was like, oh, they're probably going to come over here. And I just open that door, and whoever knocks, and I just talk to them. Because I'm like, I don't got much going on, and I'm just here by myself now. So if you knock, you're going to get whatever version of me answers that door. And sure enough, a couple minutes later, and they knock on my door, and they're like, hi, how's your day going? And I'm like, good, just getting up and around, da-da-da. And I kind of just took over the conversation, and I was like, how you guys doing? What are you doing? You just out fucking bugging people 10 in the morning? Ha ha ha. They're like, yeah. Like, and they start to give me the spiel, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm straight with the big man right now. Da-da-da. And they're like asking me if I've got time to talk, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm just trying to get my morning going. I'm da-da-da. And they go, well, is there another time we could come talk to you? And I was like, no, man, I'm good. But when you guys leave, if you want to grab one of these cats and take it with you, that'd be great. You guys have a good one. And they're just like, ha ha ha, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just not in the mood. But it's kind of funny to have those little conversations with them. And no, I don't want to join your cult. I've got my own cult that I don't go to church for. But I pray for my breakfast and my dinner most of the time. And, you know, whatever. We all have our shit with that. So it's funny to go knock on people's fucking doors and bother them about it. But they seem like nice kids. Let's see. Frickin' Chandler died, which is shitty as fuck. He was my favorite. Matthew Perry. Godspeed. Rest his soul. Which, you know, he was always a lighthearted guy. And I was at work when I found out, and funny in the sense of funny, you know, whatever version of funny you think funny is, but on one TV we had the fucking Israeli war going on, and I'm like, I don't know anything about that, and not that I don't give a fuck. It sucks, all that's going on. I don't know enough about it to comment, and there's hundreds of people dying or whatever is going on, and but then it comes up that Matthew Perry died, and I was like, fucking Chandler died? And then we all talked about Chandler for the next half hour at work, and I was like, but I mean, I know more about Chandler than I do the Israeli war, so it's just, automatically, that's just what you show more emotion towards. It's nothing intentional, it's just like a knee-jerk reaction. So yeah, R.I.P. to Matthew Perry. Liquid Death number 2 here. And I know that this podcast is not all just gravy. It's just me fucking blabbering, and I don't really know what I'm doing anyways. I just had it in my head to keep doing it, started it, kind of the train's rolling now. So if you have any comments on what I should not be saying, or what I could maybe talk about more, or any feedback at all, by all means comment, because I'm just going with my gut here on whatever goes into the notes on the iPhone and whatever my brain is telling me when I decide to do this shit. So I know that's one thing that Doc was talking about on the Who Farted podcast. He's like, I just don't get that much feedback. And I'm like, I get that. I don't really get that much feedback either. Aside from like friends and family that are like, this was funny, this was good. No, shit on me. Tell me the audio levels suck and that I'm a fucking retard and I don't know. What else? Or is this just because this just is what it is, and so it's like, just let him ramble for 20 minutes and maybe there'll be a gem in there that made you laugh. I know sometimes I make myself laugh because I'm just like an idiot with a microphone just yelling up to the internet about my week. And, yeah, I mean, that's just, set the bar low, because that's just what this is. It's a very low bar, and I'm learning as I go. And sometimes my week is more funny than others. Some days it's just like, yeah, I ate chicken and drank coffee, and nothing happened, and I went to work, and fucking Bob was annoying, and fucking this and that. But sometimes it's uneventful. And so, yeah, I'll try and get into some shenanigans, and I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to go looking for trouble for a story, but that is one thing I put in my notes as I was walking to the bank the other day. Unless I talked about this already. I don't think I did, but I was like, had my beanie on and my backpack and the hoodie, and I'm like walking to the bank to deposit money because I'm an adult. And there was this like old white lady getting out of her Audi or whatever, Mercedes. And she like kind of looks over her shoulder and sees me because I'm just happen to be walking behind her. And she like looks at her car and she like makes sure, you know how you make sure you lock it with the beep, beep, beep. And she like beeped it, made sure it beeped. I'm like, bitch, I'm not here to rob you in broad daylight outside of the bank and steal your car. I'm trying to deposit my $400 from my work week so that I can buy chicken. So, move along. And I think she actually held the door open for me. Or maybe I held it for her. I don't remember. But it was fun. It was just funny in one of those little things where you see, I've been discriminated against for wearing a beanie. Fuck her judging me. It was just cold, is all. Yeah, and then the other day I was walking to the park, and you know when you accidentally just start walking the same speed as somebody else? That happened, and it was for awkwardly way too long. This guy walking his dog, and I was like kind of walking quickly because I just wanted to get my walk over with at the park. Ugh. Gross burp. And, yeah, so he's like on the other side of the road, But he's kind of speed walking his dog too, and we literally were like stride for 5 minutes. And I was just like, fucking white people problems just made me uncomfortable. And it wasn't nothing against him. It was just one of those awkward things that happen in life where you just like, I guess we're going the same direction, huh? And it was long enough that I just wrote it in my notes immediately because I was like chuckling to myself. Just like me and this guy like speed walking at the exact same pace for like just way too long. And then I chuckled and I was like, in the notes. Tee-hee. Yeah. What else is going on in my life? I don't know. Fucking going to another Ducks game against USC on Saturday. That should be fun. I don't think I'm going to drink beer because I'll have to drive my truck home. And I don't want to get stuck in my buddy's house. God bless his heart. But maybe I'll smoke some reefer and be all weird and paranoid because I haven't smoked weed in frickin' 3 or 4 months. So there's that. The other end of waiting to get hammered after I get my call is the marijuana factor. And be stoned in my house on my computer, freaking myself out. But I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I'm one of those guys that kind of has to microdose with weed because I'm a pussy. So I'll wake up and I'll take a little baby hit, and then I'll drink some coffee, and I'll feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack, and then I poop, and then I'm fine. And then you get on with your day. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much it. I think I'm just gonna call it on this one. Just not that much to report right now. But I am almost done with my shit, so there is that. I just wait for the phone call. And, yeah, then I can move on with my life and see what's next. Because I don't know. But I'll try and keep it organized, stay positive, try and lose 5 pounds, eat chicken, drink soda water, and introduce Miller Lite to my life. And microdose weed. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But you guys have a good week. Happy friggin' Tuesday. And, yeah, I'll hop on next week and give you an update. Yeah, peace and love. All right, love you guys. Bye.